I can think of quite a few memorable lines from the Dune films. Thinking off the top of my head, is one that just rolls right off the tongue. But one line in particular has really stood out among the rest. The final line delivered by Emperor Paul Atriedes.
Lead them to paradise.
In a story as dense as Frank Herbert's Dune, you can't really condense all of its contents and themes into one singular sentence. But these guys sure can, with a little subtext at least. This single line tells the story of people losing touch with their world, a culture hijacked, and a manipulation of language itself. If there is one aspect that is truly beautiful about the Fremen culture, it is the way in which they are connected with their world. They don't necessarily seek to tame the harsh desert, but instead become one with it, and in turn making it a better place. Animals are used to create lines of communication. The worms are feared, but also serve as a great line of public transportation. If you don't believe me when I say the Fremen love animals, just listen to Stilgar gush over the kangaroo mouse.
Muad'Dib is wise in the ways of the desert. Muad'Dib creates his own water.
Their full appreciation of their environment also extends to the human body, cherishing every drop of water, thinking about every footstep. In this way, they are truly one with their world. They store water so that one day they could make the world of Dune a healthier place, in turn making themselves better. But what happens when they put their hope in a messiah figure instead of what is real, instead of what is right in front of them? Paul Atriedes is an outsider, reborn as a Fremen after he too becomes one with the desert. But his journey is directly intertwined with an old story placed on Arrakis by outsiders. He tries to fight this prophecy, but the closer he gets to the Fremen, the more he fulfills it, which in turn leads the Fremen people away from their identity. By putting all of their faith in one person, the Fremen are becoming detached from the rest of the world. The Messiah is supposed to be without flaw, but that is not possible for a human being. So Paul's aspirations of vengeance become a part of the Messiah narrative, and this becomes intermingled with the Fremen dreams of liberation. The paradise promised is no longer rooted in the world the Fremen inhabit. It begins to take on a new meaning. Everything rests on Paul. He wins the twink off, but still the Landsraad does not accept his ascension. And so, looking for guidance, the Fremen await to hear what their Messiah will command.
Lead them to paradise.
The very language we speak has been twisted into something malicious. The promise of creating a better world has now taken the shape of a war cry. A war cry that will take the Fremen from their world. This is no longer a war in the name of liberation or defense. It is a conquest fueled by bloodlust. It is no longer about Dune or the Fremen. It's barely even about Paul. His own desires and the threads of prescience have consumed his very identity, and the same will become of the Fremen. By losing touch with their world, humanity will lose themselves in the wake of their own violence. Ooh.